Hello there. So, based on my, I guess, extremely active environment right now, as I'm working at my work and also I'm working in the creative project of making the show for the university stage. So, and also due to some, activities in the sphere that I'm not actually, talking about with other people for now. So I'm living in, highly not organized, maybe organized, and I am living a life full of different versatile tasks. And speaking about, my activity in the organizing the university show, I'm the part of the team, of the whole team, of the creative event team, who is that is creating the show itself. So due to some, specifics in the process of our, teamwork, I came up with the idea that I want to discuss with you today. So it's about teamwork overall, and superficially, I would just, explain maybe the specifications of, communication between people with, different positions in the teamwork, in the group work, and going a little bit, deeper in the meaning of a teamwork and in the meaning of yourself in this particular process. That is not that, easy to understand and realize even. So, teamwork is about, first of all, as I understood that right, as I understand it in my, life perception, I would say that teamwork is maybe a collection of people who are dedicated to create something in common. For example, based on my experience, our, organizational committee is the group of people who are dedicated to create a university show. So this organization is full of people from different spheres. For example, we have, technical directors and technical specialists. Also, we have, the logistics team, the program department, also department who are working with guests for the show, who are working with partners with our show, and other different, departments that are as well important as every other, department. So I'm the part of program department. It is the group of, members who are, creating the plot of the show, who are working on creating, the concept of the show, musical, dance, vocal, performances, and also who are working with actors who are actually joining to participate, who joined our group, our community, to, perform at the stage as the actor. Yeah. So, in terms of this example, I would say that even based on only my own department, the program department, we have people from versatile spheres. So, for example, me, I'm good at dancing, but I'm not good at, playing guitar, for example, playing any other musical instrument, and I'm also not that good at vocals. So I'm not the part of vocal people who are singing, and I'm also not the part of the group of people who are playing the instruments. So I'm the part of the dancing team, and also I'm the part of maybe scenario department, the department of show concept, show plot. So I'm currently working as a person who are helping to, you know, collect people on the stage. For example, we have how to say, vocal plus musical performance. So in order to make this you know, performance more, how to say, outstanding, more captivating, we can just you know, put vocalists and musicians at the stage and just say them to play, say to them to play. We need, as as the people who are working on the, you know, performance concepts, we need to create this history, the story of the performance, and think of, you know, the appropriate positions, the appropriate transitions between these positions among vocalists and musicians. So, and also we are working on the outfits to make them, you know, appropriate according to the performance and overall according to the whole concept of the show. So, okay, I'm talking about specifics, but, you know, it's, you know, essential to understand that even though you are working on the, you know, single process, you know, obviously work in different specifics of this whole product. So, in based on my example, I'm working in the specific part of the process. So, teamwork in that terms can have, you know, two directions, two main directions. And between these directions can or can't be, you know, some uniting points, maybe uniting ties, something like that, connecting ties. So the first direction is to dedicate yourself to your specific sphere. So, for example, you are a musician and you are part of the show, you are the part of the group of people who are working on the creating show, so you are the part of the program department, and you decided to choose the direction of dedicating yourself to your specific sphere. So you are a musician, so you put all of your efforts to make the music sound good. Make music sound good. So you know, have some repetitions, have a lot of repetitions. You think of this little, you know, even not miserable, not the appropriate adjective, little that would be maybe even not noticed, but you notice it as a professional, as the professional of your specific sphere. So you know, try to make your specific sphere the perfect one, the most perfect you can, like this. And okay, let's just stop here for a second. Let's go to the second direction, second, you know, critical direction. The second critical direction is to dedicate yourself to the show itself. So in the first variant, we see that the person is thinking on his or her specific sphere. And in the second variant, we understand that the person looks in a whole picture, at the whole picture. And here, person, instead of maybe, you know, concentrating on their specific sphere, people try to, you know, maybe listen to everybody, even, for example, based on the program department. And in that terms, in that variant, the person isn't very aware of, you know, details of the specific sphere that this person chose. I forgot the word. Okay, we have these two variants. So how would the teamwork in these two variants be created, be, you know, built. So in the first variant, we would, you know, how to say, wait from the person to, you know, how to say, from this person to stand for his or her ideas in terms of the specific sphere of choice. For example, a person is working on, you know, the quality of the sound of the instruments, and they may, these people may, you know, book the place for repetitions for a lot of days, and this place for the repetitions is also, you know, created and found not only for musicians but also for vocalists, and maybe for dancers, and maybe for actors, etc., etc. And based on their understanding, and based that the dedication of this person for his specific sphere of, you know, operating is extremely essential, extremely important. This person would probably be trying to, you know, stand for their interest, like, first and foremost. So I would say that people who are extremely dedicated, who are extremely concentrated on only their sphere of activity, they would ignore some kind of ignorance to people of different spheres of activity. For example, again, vocalists, dancers, and actors in terms of the program department. And here there is a great place, a great area for different kinds of conflicts, because even based on the example of you know, booking the place for repetitions, rehearsals, some kind. This person, musician person, maybe musician, you know, head of musicians, would argue with other people for their interest. Like, okay, guys, I understand that you need to, you know, conduct repetitions too, but, you know, I need to do this and that, this and that, this and that, and there's no opportunity for me to, you know, delay or even cancel, not even canceling is impossible, to delay or cancel these repetitions, because we need a lot of work to do. And here what we see, here we see the ignorance of others, you know, needs. And this is like the superficial thing that we can see. But if we look deeper, we can see the total disconnection between the head of musicians and the, you know, the whole concept of the show as well. Because in that terms, a person, a head of musicians, don't look at the whole picture, doesn't look at the, you know, the needs of the show itself, not of the specific other, like, specific spheres of activity, but at the whole show. Because concentrating on only specific sphere, a person would probably never see the connection between others, you know, department needs, and between the needs of the show. So here a person doesn't dedicate themselves to the show, but to the specific sphere of the activity. So this person is the professional of the music, and so this person focuses on the music. So the dedication is music, not the show. And this is like the main conflict. If a person decided to concentrate only on the specific sphere of operation without seeing the picture as a whole, the whole one. Yes, and also another specific of this direction is the variant of concentrating on the specific sphere. Like, I don't know the opposite word to the wide, wide, you know, in this direction, so without seeing the whole picture. Here we can see in our specifics, for example, speaking about something more than just conflicts based on the repetition rooms, we can also speak about some, you know, suggestions and additional, you know, remarks maybe from other parts of the program department, again based on this experience, based on this example. For example, the head of vocalists would say that, okay, I love what you are, you know, playing. I forgot this word. So again, I didn't provide you with the context. So for example, vocalists and musicians are working on, you know, not the common, on the, you know, performance that are both sides are included. So here, for example, the head of vocalists would say to the head of musicians, so like, guys, I love what you're playing, but I think we need to, you know, maybe change the tone a little bit, because me and other vocalists, you know, are not like in a synergy with the music, so we need something to be changed. And in terms of, you know, going like following the first direction, so in order to not in order, so following the first concept, following the first idea and the first variant of teamwork, a person doesn't really, you know, care about other needs, and they would probably say, yeah, maybe, but you know, I think it's like extra, you know, efforts, it's extra forces to, you know, change the music that we are actually repeating, that are actually, you know, working on. So I would say it's like extra efforts, so I don't think we need to do this. So here, the head of musicians care about their, you know, need their, you know, comfortability, and doesn't care about vocalists. But in a whole, they don't care about, you know, the whole show as a result, because without thinking about, you know, the common decision when both musicians and vocalists would be satisfied with the common result, the result would be probably not that bad, but it could be better, even in terms of, you know, the level of satisfaction of both sides, I mean vocalists and musicians. So here we can also see the conflict between prioritizing the needs from different parts of the process. And this is like what I wanted to say about the first approach, about the first variant. And speaking about the second, here we can see, you know, the strong dedication to the whole show, like in a whole. But here we can see obviously the conflict with, you know, the focus part of the process. So you are, for example, a part of musicians, again based on this experience, based on this example. I some kind messed up words, experience and example, I don't know why, but they have some kind, they somehow, you know, similar in terms of my station. Okay, it doesn't matter. So based on this variant of operating, this variant of dedication to some process, we can see the problem with the specifics. So a person is a musician, they know how to play, they know what to do, but they are not actually working on, you know, improving the quality maybe of sound, maybe the types of the instruments, maybe okay, etc, etc. So some specifics of this particular part of the show creating. So the first conflict is the possibility to create less quality product. So maybe this person doesn't, you know, pay enough attention, maybe not putting enough efforts to the specific sphere of activity, music, and as the result, the quality of music is basic or even worse than basic. So this is like the first variant of this type of dedication. And the second conflict is, you know, losing your ambitions, losing your goals in terms of the whole, you know, process of creating the show, losing this, you know, dedication, self-dedication, in the, you know, some attempts to maybe satisfy others. So, for example, based on the previous example of, you know, booking the room for repetitions, for example, the head of musicians is asked to, you know, reduce some, you know, days or hours of repetitions for musicians, and this person would say, yeah, okay, sure, I understand, totally understand. So yeah, we can, you know, practice 2 hours instead of 10. Of course we can. I understand that vocalists and dancers and you know, other people also need space for, you know, trainings and practicing. And it sounds some kind not that bad, but we have you know, critical points. We have some critical points. So here the head of musicians, based on this example, they don't look at the situation, you know, critically. That they look at the situation, you know, based on making their particular team, you know, little team of musicians as a part of the whole team of program department, making this little team feeling more uncomfortable in terms of, you know, practicing and working on the, you know, improving in some parts of the music part of the show. And you know, this is like the attitude, this is like an approach to please and satisfy others, leaving themselves with nothing. So this is also not the best approach to utilize in terms of teamwork. So, and how to find connection between these critical points? I would say that people, first of all, need to, you know, feel the inner feeling of dedication to the whole process itself. So you need to understand, why do you want to join this, you know, join this process? Why do you want to, how to say, you know, add your contribution to this particular process? Why do you want to, you know, communicate with these people? Why do you want to spend a lot of time, you know, put a lot of efforts, maybe don't sleep for days, maybe don't eat for a lot of hours, etc, etc. So why do you want to do it as the whole, in a whole? So what is the reason for you to face these challenges, because working with people in every process is challenging. Of course, it's challenging because people, have different perceptions, have different visions of every process, and when these versatile visions are faced in this particular process, it's a challenge to collect all ideas and come up with one direction that all people would accept. So first of all, you need to understand, why do you want to, why are you ready to dedicate yourself to this hard work? And in order not to lose yourself during this process, in order not to lose your ambitions, to have your personal dedication. So before, I was talking about like group dedication, like what do you want to achieve as a whole group. And in order not to lose yourself in this dedication, you need to find out your personal goal direction. So what do you want to achieve during implementing this process personally? So you want to come up with a new type of dance style, or you want to think of exceptional scenario concepts, or you want to think of how to agitate like exceptional actors to the show, to make it look more investigating, not investigating, captivating. Yeah. So you need to have your personal ambitions that would add some spicy items, spicy accents in your activity. So only in these terms, when a person is able to communicate with others, look at the picture in a whole, to be ready to communicate and to negotiate, and at the same time who has some personal dedications, some personal desires, some personal ambitions in this particular sphere of their operating in terms of the whole process. Only in that situation the teamwork can work out, actually, because people how to say, self-assured, maybe self-concentrated in terms of their activities in the show, in the process, but they are also open to each other. So yeah, I have some ideas in my sphere and I want to realize them, I want to implement this and that, but again, I want to make the process work out. I want to succeed as the team, as the team part, as the team member. So of course I open, we can find the commitment, we can find the decision that would satisfy both my side and your side. So we can talk about it, we can think about how to make it more realistic. Only in that terms people can work on something to the success, to the succeeding point. So yeah, this is like my observation, this is like my way of thinking in terms of teamwork, because teamwork is hard work and it's much easier to work on your own without including other people. It's much easier to make decisions yourself without asking anybody. It's much easier. So teamwork is hard, but teamwork is in some situations is better than working alone, because again, different perceptions, different way of thinking, versatile ideas, and this is like the foundation, the fundament for creating something really exceptional, because mixing different perceptions, you can create the common perception that is full of these different perceptions, and this is like the unique and inclusive product. So teamwork is a blessing if you know how to operate in it. So yeah, I think this is all I wanted to talk about today. I think this topic is extremely interesting because we all have, teams in our life. So it can be at work, it can be in your, creative processes, it can be in every sphere of life. Or even if you, for example, are willing to create your own company, to find your own company, it's like first and foremost about teamwork. So if you know that you will probably need to work with people to implement your own idea, for example, or the idea of the whole group or the idea of another person, please remember not to lose yourself, but also to look at the process as at the whole picture, in order to, not only satisfy your personal goals and desires and ambitions, but also to work on satisfying the teamwork ambitions. It's extremely important. Only in collecting these parts of dedication, you will be able to succeed as the team member. So yeah, I think this is all I wanted to say. See you next time.